Glorious day to you, my friends. Yekatara Arnahaketor Urokuto. Welcome to day number 6 of being, blissful existence, illuminating and nurturing grace. Isakaturu Urananiariata. Where for 144 days we are chanting 2 different chants using 2 different aspects of the same Mala of Ascension. Isakatiriarata for the first 55 days, since we're using the Fibonacci sequence, the golden spiral, as we spiral up the Great Pyramid, as we make our way to the edge of the matrix. We poke our head through the dharma chakra into the highest source of consciousness, where we use the Eye of Providence and we look down on reality with this Eye of Providence to gain a divine perspective on what this thing is, Isakaturyoto. And also for the first 55 days, we're unclasping our grip on this physicality, on what our attachment to this physicality, Nihuruta Atara Aratakasakata. And we're going to use the KISS method. We're going to keep it simple. All we're really doing is breathing and chanting and being with our inner being. That's all we're doing. And what our inner being shares with us, it happens when it happens, and it shares what it shares, and each meditation will be different. It can be a different experience, which is why I'm encouraging you to journal about your experience for your growth, for your grace, for your well-being. For the first 55 days, we are chanting for 108 chants, Om Mani Padme Hum, the very familiar magical chant. Om, the primordial sound of the universe. Mani, the Manipura, the jewel. Nyarasakatakara. Padme is the lotus and the jewel of the lotus. Hum, we are, I am. I am the jewel of the lotus. Which is exactly what our inner being is, because a jewel sparkle and is bright, reflects the light, and we reflect the light of the divine light of the universe. We also are the divine light of the universe. So whether we see it as we're reflecting that light or we are embodying that light. And for the next 36 chants of the Mala of Ascension, we are chanting Om Ahung, where Om, again, the primordial sound of the universe. Ah is the verbal sound, the syllable, the sound syllable of the heart center. Ah is the most open sound that we can make, without any restrictions or adornments from our lips, our mouth, our nasal cavity. And this represents the emptiness. This ah is the throat. Is the empty space. And Om is the wisdom. It's the body, the speech, and the mind. And the Hung, I am the wisdom in the emptiness. Where during this series, if we allow ourselves to think less and only focus on the breath, only focus on the chant, our inner being does all the rest of the work. Work. It just is. And with the Mala of Joy, for the first 108 seeds, we're breaking up the 108 seeds into 9 groups of 12. And for the Mala of Ascension, we have 3 groups of 12. Iskohotor, 12 times 12 is 144. So each of these 9 groups in the Mala of Joy represents one of the chakras in our Merkaba, our light body, our ascension vehicle. And starting at the bottom of our Merkaba is Vasundhara, the Earth Star chakra. Then Muladhara, the root chakra. Svadhisthana, the sacral chakra. Manipura, the solar plexus chakra. Anahata, the heart center. Vishuddha, the throat chakra. Anya, the third eye. Sahasrara, the crown chakra. And at the top of our Merkaba is Vyapini, the soul star chakra. Iskahaso uturutuko. Now these other 3, we can call them chakras, okay? I like to call them aspects because they're really aspects of the Dharma chakra. They're aspects of the hub of the Dharma chakra. Iskohuturu. They mean so many different things, and we don't have to stick with the ideas, the Sanskrit words rita, okay, for the truth, the righteousness, the way the universe works. Asahukutu, cosmic order, divine order. Usakatu yaretada. Then vikara, this divine change. Kara means change, and vi is the higher form of it. Iskohuturu utaka ashihekutura asaka. So divine change, or we can call it divine action because we are the ones who are thinking and speaking and doing, causing these divine changes. But when we align ourselves, we're not just haphazardly creating action and creating change. We're doing so from an aligned state through joy and bliss, through this unconditional love, and we're doing it in divine right timing. Iskohutur utakarera. Therefore, it's divine action. And this last item, this highest chakra, if you want to call it, the higher aspect, Shrishti, this divine creation. It means so many different things. Each of these 3, you can't really separate them from each other, but we're taking them in stride, focusing one at a time as Oma Hum is helping us embrace those 3 ideas. Now, excuse me, water is life, my friends. Now let's break it down in light language. Break down each of the syllables and what they're telling me that each of them mean in light language. First of all, let's go with chakra. Cha, or ka, C-A. Ka-ra, chakara. This cha. Well, ka, K-A, we know to be the soul of all of our lifetimes together. This idea of separation from this highest source of consciousness, that is all the threads of the lives that we have had as an individual, that is all built up in our ka, our soul, and being able to tap into each of those aspects are right here in our aura, if we're open to it. And that's what this whole series is about, is connecting with spirit, all aspects of this spirit. Can we access our past lives? Can we remember things from this current life that we've forgotten? Can we access other abilities that are inherent to our spirit, our inner being? And can we access some of this higher knowledge, some of this divine knowledge? Maybe we'll be more psychic, maybe we'll be more clairaudient, clairsentient, maybe we'll speak light language, maybe we'll start channeling, maybe we'll start to have prophetic visions. Let's not limit ourselves, but these are just some of the possibilities that can happen when we connect with spirit. And Ram is the Bij mantra for Manipura. So it represents our inspiration, our fire, our light. So Kara is the light of our soul. Utur, this infinite being that we are. In this Ka aspect, Chakra, the Cha is like when we talked about in the last series, the Dom or Dominus, this house, but it's really a division, okay? This chakra, just like each and every one of our different chakras, they're a small subset, a division of this light of who we are, okay? That is the simplest way to look at it. So in that sense, this Rita, this Vikara, and this Shrishti are chakras because they're different ideas, and we can think of them differently. So in that idea, it's a chakra, but these chakras are more vortex oriented. They generate themselves as a vortex, as a torus as well, that it's swirling very sensible energy. If you're an energy worker, you can, over time, you learn how to sense the chakras and sense how to send energy, how to correct spin. Well, I don't want to say correct spin, influence spin. Add the benevolence to it so that it corrects itself is basically what's happening. Reminding it of its true nature, of its benevolence. And the body heals itself. The chakras heal themselves. You remind them with the vibration of harmony and peace and balance and well-being. And then they take care of it all by themselves. It's just like this Shrishti, this divine creation aspect. We're not trying to divinely create. We tell the universe what we want. We adjust our vibration. And when we become a vibrational match to it, it simply appears to us. We're not trying. It just happens. Same thing. Now, these higher aspects, the Rita, the Vikara, and the Shrishti, this divine order, divine action, or divine change, and divine creation, they're harder to sense. They're more subtle energies, let's put it that way. So, calming down, what do we do when we hear a faint voice in the distance? We turn down the radio, we ask people to be quiet so that we can actually pay attention to it. And that's what we're doing in this series. We're stilling the mind, we're stilling the body, we're focusing the awareness on our breath and the chant. And then the normal noise or the normal mind chatter happens less and less and less. And then the divine chatter can happen, or the divine presence can happen, or the presence of our inner being. We don't have to necessarily get tripped up by the word divine here. Now let's talk about Rita, this Ri and Ta, that's that, and Ri is a form of Ra, where we're internalizing our light and this divine light that's out there. And by us internalizing it, that's helping us get into alignment and realize and create and manifest this divine truth, this cosmic order, because we're going with the flow. We're not fighting the cosmic order. We're not fighting this flow of energy from the universe and the way this universe works. And it helps us to be more righteous, being the righteous ruler of our reality. When we align with our inner being, we are aligning with Rita, righteousness. When we allow our light to shine, it is the true nature of our inner being. And then this Vikara, Ve, is a part of essence. Okay, Vam is the Bij mantra for Svadhisthana, our sacral chakra, the creativity, and Va means essence, and Vi is our internalized essence. And again, we're using the I for we're internalizing the idea of Ra and Va. We're internalizing it and we're becoming it. We're embodying it. And then it can't help but radiate outwards. And again, Ka, our soul of all of our lifetimes together, and Kara, just like chakra, it's the same thing. We just have a different word at the beginning instead of a subset or a way of separating and dividing and looking at it. It's a Vi. It's the higher form of it, which is why these three aspects are really just one chakra altogether. They flow together. And they can't be separated from each other. And then this Shrishti, Niyata SHR, so Sa, Re. So interesting, this Rishti it reminds me of the Rishis, the wise ones, who thousands and thousands and thousands of years ago, who have received the information, who have heard the information from Spirit, just like we are attempting to do by breathing and chanting. And attempting to do is a strong statement. We're simply going to slow down, breathe, and chant. And if we're ready for it, this information will just appear. Which is why we're journaling, because who knows what's going to start to flow once we start to write. And now these rishis, depends which region of the world to talk about their wise ones. Some are 7, some are 9, some are 12. There's various numbers associated with these rishis, but in the Vedic terms, all the Vedic scriptures were passed down from the rishis who heard it from the divine presence that's here. So SHR, so we can put a vowel in there, Sha, okay, which is our breath, our in-breath and our out-breath, Nihakatakara, Ri, we've talked about that. It's we're internalizing our light. We understand how bright it is of this divine light that we have and we are. Shrish T. T is that, us internalizing that we're just all talking about. And this she or si, shrishti, again, it has to do with the breath. We're breathing out, we're internalizing it, and it is both this physical breath and this divine breath of the prana and that's what we're doing in this first 55 days. We're releasing, unclasping, loosening our grip on our attachment to this physicality, where we get our nourishment from this physicality, and we're inviting and allowing to receive the nourishment from Spirit, this prana. This Purusha, this living life force energy that is out there. Well, not only is it out there, but it's what each and every one of these words mean. Each of those I's is how we internalize it. And can we internalize the ideas of this prana that we claim is out there, but it's also in here. That's the whole point. This prana, this life force energy, is in here. It radiates out from your heart center, from your entire being. And there's nothing that you can do to stop it, because that's what it does. Okay? And every other living being out there is doing the exact same thing. So the universe does not hear the word no, does not understand the word no. Okay, when we say, I want to manifest abundance, I want to manifest cars. Let's say just cars. I want to manifest cars. That's what the universe hears. Now, when you have an abundance of cars, you can try to tell the universe, I want no more cars. Okay? But the universe is only going to hear cars, and you get more cars. Okay? So when you're trying to release something that no longer serves, that's why we write it down real quick and then put it in the bowl and we burn it away and we release it. Which is why Abraham Hicks talks about we're not focusing on the releasing, we're focusing on what we wish to draw in. Because when we focus on what we wish to draw in, that which no longer serves simply will fall off the back and go away all on its own. And if you're trying to break up with someone or release an attachment to someone, we don't do so by thinking of them all the time. That is the opposite, because the universe just hears this other person and draws our mind to it. So by training ourselves to think of other things like our breath and the chant, we're clearing our mind from all the distractions. If we focus on what we wish to create, what brings out our joy, maybe something that makes us laugh and roll on the floor laughing and spew milk from our nose. That is the best way to get out of a funk. And it doesn't matter if you get back into your funk. You got out of it for a while. And when you get out of it, pat yourself on the back because you were out of it. And you followed your own process to what your own inner being is saying about what brings out your joy and what brings this abundance to you. So all these ideas that are out there, that we think that are out there, are in here. There is no separation. Let's review Bashar's 5 laws. You exist. You exist outside of time. You have always existed, and it is impossible for you to not exist. You have always existed. Everything is here and now, which is why we can access all of our past lives, why we can access anybody else's past lives, why there's really no distance, because it's all right here and right now. The all is the one, and the one is the all means the same thing as everything is right here and right now, because every idea that we have of separation, that it's over there, well, it means it's right here. And the all of those theirs are really here, so all the alls are the one. This now. What we give out to the universe is what we get back. Okay? The universe doesn't hear no. So whatever we think about, whatever we talk about, whatever we action on, how we vibrate is how we're going to bring things to us. And the last law is that everything changes. Stay hydrated, my friends. Water is life. Everything changes. Even change changes. Change is never going to be the same. Well, the first 4 don't change. But how everything else flows is always going to change. Well, that's what this Vikara is about. Change. It's this divine change. And so many times that we can't even imagine how this change comes about, how manifestation comes about. Maybe one day we'll receive enough information so that we can understand more and understand better. Until then, I'm going to rely on the teachings of Abraham Hicks. And when I'm experiencing contrast, I want to ask my inner being, okay, so how do you see the situation? Because my egoic mind sees it as contrast and I don't like it. I prefer something else. How do you see it? What's the wisdom that you are sharing with me about how I can see this badness that I have judged as bad and I don't want it? How can I see it as exactly as I created it? And then maybe I can use that wisdom, we'll call it wisdom, to create differently as I prefer the next time, as we prefer. It's all this whole process is, because everything that we think, everything that we say, everything that we do, everything that we vibrate goes to the all, is a part of the all, which then gets reported back to the one, which is the same thing. So we're causing expansion, and you are this magnificent divine being. We are all the same magnificent divine being. It's hard to see, but when we're aligned with unconditional love, when we're aligned with sympathy and empathy, when we're aligned with being non-judgmental, we can allow everyone else to have their own experience, knowing that they have created it, not necessarily as their egoic mind prefers, but as they told the universe. So why would we get upset at them because they're being 100% successful and they have a different viewpoint on what they wish to create? We don't have to get emotionally attached to it. We can be proud of them for being 100% successful. And then when they start celebrating that their conscious manifestations actually turned out the way they preferred, let's celebrate with them. Because when we're celebrating with them, this is the vibration of abundance, and that attracts more abundance to us. Again, I'm talking a lot. But we're just going to keep it simple because we're going to breathe. We're going to sit still. We're going to breathe. And we're going to chant. That's it. And our mind and our inner being are going to do what they do. We're going to let them do what they do. We're not going to judge. And if a stray thought comes in, I mean, we know when we're thinking of what we're going to eat for dinner, what we're going to eat for breakfast, what we're going to do the rest of the week, what we're going to shop for. We know what's on our to-do list. When those types of thoughts come in, simply let's return our awareness to our breath and return our awareness to the chant. It's as simple as that. Every problem can be solved this way. Usahatukuta isha aya akatakaryarata. And if we sit still and we get through the chant, we just journal about what our experience is. We simply observe it and then document it. Asahatuto huta isa aya akatakarata. So, I'm going to move my legs a little bit and then because that leg went asleep. So, I invite you to relax. I invite you to sit or lie down. And I invite you to close your eyes and let us focus our awareness on our breath. And if you're sitting in seated meditation, I invite you to Sit balanced, with your spine aligned and straight, and your shoulders above your hips. Shimmy a little bit until you feel balanced and comfortable. As we slowly deepen our breath, where we feel how it feels to breathe in, and we feel how it feels to breathe out. Where we feel the fresh air entering our lungs. We feel the warm air exiting our lungs. As we listen to the sound of our breath. And we feel how it feels to breathe out. Now let us focus our awareness on our heart center. For in our heart center is the home of our holy fire. And our holy fire is the source of our bright light. And every breath that we take with intention fans the flames of our holy fire, which breaks down all the resistance and the blockages, and more of our bright light makes its way out to be perceptible. As we invite and allow the holy fire to flow in, through, and around us all, in every way, and everywhere, and everywhen. And we ask the holy fire, we set our intention in our sankalpa, our inner being's intention, the intention of our soul. We set our intentions to only allow in that which comes from a non-egoic source, that is for our highest good and the highest good of all. Now let us start the divine flow, if you have not done so already. Let us take this energy from our heart center and move it up through the chakras. Moving it up through Vishuddha, through Anya, through Sahasrara, through Vyapini, moving it up through the realms, to the edge of the highest source of consciousness outside the matrix, and going through the ideas of Rita, Vikara, and Shrishti, and into the highest source of consciousness, where there is no ego, where there is no judgment, where there is only unconditional love, total acceptance, where it always respects free will, and it's unlimited in power. Let us bring more pure holy fire back through the ideas of Shrishti, Vikara, and Rita, down out of the highest source of consciousness, down through the realms, through Vyapini, purifying it, through Sahasrara, purifying it, through Anya, purifying it. Through Vishuddha, purifying it. And back into Anahata, purifying it. Now let us ground this energy effectively by moving it down through the chakras and purifying the lower chakras. Moving it down through Manipura, Iskahatakara, purifying it. Moving it down through Svadhisthana, purifying it. Purifying the self and the ideas of the self. Moving it through Muladhara, purifying it. Through Vasundhara, purifying it. And imagine growing roots down into Mother Earth, down, 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 down to the heart of Gaia, wrapping these roots around the heart of Gaia, giving her a great big hug, thanking her for hosting this life in this 3D reality on this planet. And let us bring back her grounded love. Up through the root system, up through Vasundhara, Muladhara, Svadhisthana, Manipura, and back into Anahata, our heart center. And then the exhale, thoroughly combining this energy. Now let us turn over to our inner being to continue this divine flow without any conscious thought. And now on the exhale, with intention and sankalpa, let us push this energy out from our heart center, out from our physical bodies, out from our auric field, and into every aspect of our awareness. In every way, in everywhere, in every when. So the process for this meditation, we will start off with one Aum, that is Om, the primordial sound of the universe, elongated into the three aspects of the sound. We will chant Om Mani Padme Hum 108 times, using the Mala of Joy, and then we will transition with one Aum. Then a gentle reminder after a couple of breaths that we will switch the chant to Om Ah Hung. Then we'll start off with one I Ying, I Ying. We will chant Om Ah Hung 36 times, using the Ascension portion of the Mala of Ascension. Koshi-chans will let us know we're on the last one of each of the two aspects. And we'll close out with one I Ying, Nioroto Orohoka Asanahirata. And a breath in for one Aum. And a breath in to chant. Ho roto usha atgarata hita isohukotor onahasa achahati darharakana heso Uchohotoro Arahatita Shahika Arara Kaihika Naharata Itoro Hota Hasohotoro Ocha Itaharara He Atukoroto Uhosahaya Kata Aranahatira Hasohokotoro Hotana Hata Ishahata Arahana Hesi Kata Hatara Arkana Hatoro Ishahatata Yitkarayarta Hatuta Kashahaka Araharake Kasahanata Ata Atuto Horoto Ata Ichahatata Arata Hekaha Ishakana Hatitariara Sihikatar Ana Achukohoroto Otoro Hota Shata Atara Arnaha Kotoro Hukonahatara Katahatara Aranhata Sihakatara Hatitoro Sihikatara Arahanahatita Shahatitaha Shoto Oroto Ora Sihikatata Arana Achakatara Hitoro Shohotoro Okonanahita Sata Atata Atari Haraka Hatoro Horona Isahakatara Arkahe Karata Aitito Hoshohoku Kikiarata Ana Hasahakatita Hatsasohotoro Uroka Hota Hatkarata Hitara Hasia Hishata Atara Katkarata Tuturu Hutunana Ishahayata Ara Chata Atatkarata Hitoro Hocho Hodokodana Hayana Kotoro Burkanahata Shata Atidearia Hashaheaka Asahika Katata Takareta Kosho Kotoro Hota Kasahaka Atara Haranahasiria Atkatati Tuhorota Kashihi Kodoro Siaka Atara Aranahata Katata Harata Kehishohotoro Hoshohotoro Unahawaka Kachiheriaratana Kosohukotoro Utonahatu Shata Atit Kuraya Koshaya Saatata Arhatuto Sohuktura Arsanaha Katahatar Arkana Ishahatati Raharakaha Sohota Hashohoko Orohata Itata Karata Hatitaha Isahakana Haraharoto Uchohoroto Ota Sihikatiara Hatatanaha Kata Harata Atito Uto Horaya Arkahashishaya Sakahatata Harate Hashohokoro Hotoro Hokotoro Una Itahatata Haratakira Atahareroka Kashihikoro Urno Hototo Uroto Uta Hasahika Hasana Kotoro Kotoro Harana Ishahatata Arha Katuto Uroto Uta Hagaha Shihakara Rakanaso Ator Hoko Uta Shatatakarehitora Hasuhukotoro Nasahakaesha Katatarati Toro Sho Utoto Oro Katara Sihukutaria Hanaso Kashahitara Harti Shiti Ariara Ganahotoro Otokoro Tahatotaha Kasahaka Atitara Shata Diara Hatoto Ushohokoro Horana Kashihi Kotor Utoro Asahakati Takara Shiha Sahatakatato Hotor Hokona Hawatita Kata Taharata Hatita Ashohokotor Hokota Satkarata Hidora Itor Hotor Oshana Tokuruta Arhashisaha Kasahaka Otoro Hatura Yatara Katuto Horota Kashaheka Atatakara Sitiariara Tagohota Ashohotoro Oronaka Sihakachata Isohukutoro Urukanahatuta Shai Hatara Harake Asahato Toro Hukotorana Kasuhukotoro Ura Shaiheka Ahasanahatuta Hasahia Kotoro Kaya Hashata Isahayata Takarasohumani Ishohukotoro Takara Kisahaka Ashahe Natakarati Itoko Utor Urhumotor Kashuhukota Itatakarati Hitora Hashuara Nitakarata Hitoro Ushayesa Haturhuko Hatutu Uhura Isa Tatarekoha Kasakanatita Hatutu Huroto Uhushahe Hatura Hekara Kisahakati Takarahatsu Shiatata Tata Harito Kotaru Hokora Hashihikatata Anahasisa Hasuhukotor Hatatuara Niaratahita Kasuhuko Urhotora Asahayaka Asana Katora Kisahakaya Ataharahata Ashuhukuru Anihariaratahakarata Ishahayata Rakanahasana Asuhukuru Haragera Ashihunotara Kasukuchiara Asuhukutora Harnatuata Atakarata Esaha Hatur Okohonotare Shiatata Arahanaka Asisa Hatur Okotona Ashihayata Arieta Atur Hoko Onahasoya Anahatikarieta Dara Ishohotora Harakahayatara Ashahanata Karihita Ashkaharita Hatur Hoka Hasa Anata Karate Hitoro Hokai Atuborahaya Sahageraha Achukorotita Harasana Hasa Ekota Hasaya Atat Garahasa Ashahaya Koratana Hayer Siariaraha Ator Urhanatu Dada Hasuhukuturu Shiatata Arata Tita Hasurota Tar Harakavana Ishohukuturu Hotara Hariga Katkanata Atita Kasuhukuturu Uranahatati Hatata Haratiho Ushahawata Arhaka Kasahaka Etoro Asahaka Ayarahata Hasukoro Kotoro Kanahasasa Ishahatati Rara Kasahaka Ayarahata Hasu Oko Toro Tata Shiaka anata atata atara. Asahaka era. Siyaka atuta arwasha hayasa. Ashahaka era hasanaha. Niharakaya. Atakarata ahesoa. Eso katara harshana hotara. Sihikichari aranaga. Atukaraheta. Kasahaka arahatatita. Kuturu. Uturahaya. Kashahakanata aratihi. Atata hararakaheta. Sihukuhoraha. Kuturu hukaya asahake. Shaye Sara Sihikichata Takahatu Sihukotorota Nahatara Harayara Katura Harata Atakasha Ha Sahaka Ayaro Kotor Hokoyaha Asohokotoro Onahatuta Ha Shaheka Arahariga Asohokonoroha Itata hararaka heta. Sohokotor utanaha sisirara. Ashohoko orohota. Kataharata heta hara. Kasuhokotoro unahasura. Ichahatara harakana. Atoroko unahora. Ashaheka ararakena. Satakarar shiheso Husohokararikaha Katakarati hituro Huturo okohanata Isahaka araharkihira Kochohorata oto Kasahakata araharya Hasohokoro horanata Kataharate hita Kachihiri oroto huto Haso hokoro nahari Atkarate hitara Kashahayata atara Sihokotoro okanahatita Katakarahasisiri Kotoro hokonana Ishahatati yariara Atoro hokoro Sihakatara harakana Ishohotoro Isahata atara hata Kacha hatara hari Ushohokoro orohona Atware harata a Kacha hatara arana Isohokotoro Kasahe arata ata Katakarate hitoro hotokasha Siaka Katuro hoko osaha Sita tara arahena Itukurota hutataha Kishayaka atana Isohokotara araha Hashita takarito Torohosho Utukurota Hisatana haikatari sokoya Ichahatata harka Kasahaka ayatoro Katoro hokanaha sasira Hashahayaka ararata Ichahatana hakata korohoto Kasahaka ayara Ashohuko orohoto taharatata Si okuchana Isahatata ara Kashohokotoro utkanatu Itahararaka heso Ushohoko orohotora Katahararaka nahira Ha sahakera haratuko Niarohoroko Kasahakera tahatata Koshohokotoro Uchaerana Arsohoko orohotoro Urshanahato Kurta Niasahakera Asuhukutoro urtana Kichahatata arara Hisahati atearataha Asuhuko urahata Atukarahisata.
Om
Ichata
Mani
araraha.
Padme
Kisohokotoro
Hum.
oro nahasasi. Yashahatata ata. Aititiariara
Om
nahato.
Mani
Kichahatata
Padme
urhotoro
Hum.
nahatuta. Kashihikara. Kisohokoro orogasa.
Om Mani
Satakara
Padme
hitoro.
Hum.
Kushohoka atata. Ishahetata. Kasahakatata
Om
urhototo.
Mani Padme Hum.
Hasuhuko torohota. Niariarahaka. Kasuhuko
Om Mani
otorohokota.
Padme
Kasa
Hum.
hakayara. Ashuhuko uruhutata. Isa hakatara
Mani
arkanahatutu.
Padme Hum.
Kasuhukotara. Isa hata atata ana.
Om
Kasuhukotara.
Mani Padme Hum.
Ashuhutoro. Uyahana atatahi.
Om
Kasuhuka
Mani
arhaki.
Padme Hum.
Hasuhukochara. Niariariatahati tukoro. Katata harhara guhani.
Mani
Sihakara.
Padme Hum.
Nitata harhartakaha. Ishohotoro urana.
Om
Niariataha.
Mani Padme Hum.
Sokotata arharkai. Kashuhutoro ta ataitariaria.
Om
Nitakarartana.
Mani Padme Hum.
Sohokotota. Kasahakara harta. Shi tata karahasu.
Mani
Harokar
Padme
shahanataha.
Hum.
Atukora hasaya. Niariaratkaha.
Om
Hasuhukutur
Mani
utanhatuta.
Padme Hum.
Ishahatara harharaka. Arkaranirara.
Om
Kashihikoro
Mani
horta.
Padme Hum.
Asuhuyacha atuvarara. Nisahaka asahekotoro.
Om
Kashuhukotoro
Mani
otana.
Padme Hum.
Itata harartaka. Isatatakarayara.
Om
Ashohonoto uro.
Mani Padme Hum.
Kasuhukoro. Itata harate hitora.
Om
Kasahaka atar
Mani
harakanatata.
Padme Hum.
And a breath in for Aum. Aum. Sihutorota utwarahanaswara. Niorota urota hatara varashehi sukotara. And a few breaths. Niarata atata arara. And a gentle reminder, we are switching chants to Om Ahung. We will start off with one I Ying. We will chant Om Ahung 36 times. The Koshi chime will let us know when we're done, when there's one left. And we will close out with one I Ying. Nioroto Arsahayata Hasa Atkarata Titukuruto. And a breath in for I Ying. Aing. In a breath in to chant. Om. Om. breath in for Aing. Stay here for as long as you like. Maybe even pause the video to spend more time in the energy. And when you are ready, slowly bring your awareness back to the here and now, to the present moment. Become more aware of your surroundings. Maybe wiggle your fingers and toes. Maybe invite in some gentle movements. And when you are ready, slowly open your eyes and welcome in the new now. Congratulations, my friends. You have completed day number 6 of being, blissful existence, illuminating and nurturing grace. 616. Arsahanatic area, day 6 on the 16th. Isohotora, Hashahikara, Hisa, Aya Akatakorohotoko. The only things they were telling us, they were telling me, that all these ideas that we're talking about, all these concepts that seem like they're outside of us, they're all already a part of us. There's no need to search without. There's no really need to search within. We're just simply breathing and chanting and allowing our inner being to reveal what it wishes to reveal. What we're ready for. The universe never gives us more than we can handle, and always gives us what we're ready for, what we are a vibrational match to. Which is why we're meditating, which is why we're breathing, which is why we're slowing it down, which is why we're chanting. So maybe we can appreciate the wisdom of the emptiness that we are. As we gently tune our vibration to that of our source within, to all that is also inside of us. So I thank you, my friends, for sharing in my highest bliss. And shine on from your inner being with your inner being. And make it a great day. Because why would you leave it up to anyone else?